In the vast expanse where heaven and earth drift like silent witnesses, a lone cultivator continues his defiant path against fate itself. This is recap Renegade Immortal Chapter 437, 438, where the winds of karma grow restless and hidden forces begin to stir. Wang Lin stands at the edge of transformation, his heart tempered by countless trials, yet shadowed by choices that blur the line between righteousness and ruthlessness. The echoes of past battles linger, and the weight of his journey presses ever heavier upon his soul. But beneath the calm surface, danger coils unseen. Old enemies sharpen their blades, and the heavens themselves seem to whisper of an approaching storm. What price must be paid for power? And what secrets lie waiting in the darkness ahead? Tonight, we step once more into the legend, where every breath could be fate's final gamble. Before the darkness could settle, before the silence could reclaim the depths of the earth, a voice returned, soft at first, then sharper. A cry that did not travel through air, but pierced straight into the soul. It reached Wang Lin once more. The exact same plea as before. "Save me." The sound echoed inside him, lingering like a ghost that refused to fade. But Wang Lin did not pause, not even for a breath. His expression remained cold, unmoved, as if that desperate voice belonged to another world entirely. Without hesitation, he advanced, slipping swiftly through the narrow opening carved within the stone. With the cultivation he now possessed, such a cramped passage posed no obstacle. His body flowed like a shadow, moving with effortless precision. Moments later, he emerged into a hidden cavern. The space was riddled with countless small holes, each one silently drawing in the chilling currents that filled the air. Wang Lin had entered through one of them. At the heart of the cave rested a coffin, massive, unadorned, plain to the point of being unsettling. There were no carvings, no runes, no marks of grandeur. Yet from within it surged an overwhelming yin aura. That aura seeped out like pale mist, transforming into streams of white gas that were continuously siphoned away through the countless holes in the surrounding walls. The coffin itself was hollow, empty of anything save for a single gaping opening within it. And from that opening, the yin energy poured endlessly. Wang Lin's gaze sharpened. He did not linger. Without slowing, he descended directly into the coffin. The moment he entered, the yin aura thickened dramatically. It surged like tides in a storm, forming waves of oppressive energy that attempted to halt his advance, pressing against him from all directions. "Save me," the voice grew louder. More urgent, more desperate. It echoed upward from the depths below, carrying a sense of fading hope that clung stubbornly to existence. Wang Lin continued downward, deeper, further. The yin energy intensified with every inch. It coiled around him like serpents, circling his body relentlessly. Yet, not a single strand could penetrate him. His cultivation formed an invisible barrier, impenetrable and absolute. As he descended further, a strange sight appeared ahead, a mass of blue gas, dense, opaque. It formed a barrier, like a sealed door blocking the path forward. Wang Lin's eyes flickered. He had seen this before. In the past, he had been forced to carefully squeeze through its edges, inch by inch, enduring its pressure. But now, everything was different. Without hesitation, he charged forward. The moment his body collided with the blue gas, it collapsed, shattered instantly under his force, dispersing like smoke before a gale. "Save me." The voice became clearer than ever, almost as if it was right beside him now. Back then, such yin energy would have been fatal, one misstep, and it would have invaded his body, freezing him from within, sealing his fate in eternal ice. But now, as Wang Lin advanced, smashing through barrier after barrier formed by yin energy, he felt no discomfort, only ease, only control. His strength had surpassed that former weakness entirely. Finally, near the very bottom of the descent, he broke through the last yin barrier and stepped into the depths. What lay before him was vast, a cavern of immense proportions. By Wang Lin's estimation, it rivaled the plains above in sheer size. At the center of this underground world hovered a colossal mass of white fog, dense, churning alive with surging yin energy. It occupied nearly half the entire cavern. Wang Lin appeared in midair. His gaze locked onto the fog. His eyes gleamed. Within that fog, faint flickers of ghostly light appeared from time to time. Between those flashes, purple vines twisted and writhed. Every movement of those vines gave birth to even more white mist, thickening the already overwhelming presence. Wang Lin inhaled slowly, then exhaled. A single breath. Yet from that breath, wind was born. A powerful gust erupted outward, sweeping through the fog and scattering large portions of it. But as quickly as it was cleared, more fog surged forth, filling the void. Wang Lin's expression did not change. A cold snort escaped his lips. He raised his hand. With a flick of his wrist, he retrieved a piece of celestial jade from his storage. Held firmly in his left hand, his right hand formed a seal. Then he pointed forward. His voice was low, calm. Wind. Move. The spell he used was simple, a basic wind technique, one that even Foundation establishment cultivators could wield. But within it flowed celestial spiritual energy, and that changed everything. In an instant, the wind transformed. It became something far beyond its humble origins. A violent gale erupted, several times stronger than before. It surged forward like a roaring tidal wave, crashing into the sea of white fog. The fog was torn apart, swept away, dragged violently into a swirling vortex. The wind twisted, condensed, and became a tornado. It devoured everything in its path. The fog, once overwhelming, was reduced to scattered fragments like leaves caught in a storm. Piece by piece, it vanished, and what had been hidden within it was finally revealed. Suspended in the air was a colossal body. Naked, blue-skinned. Its surface was not rough like that of ancient gods. Instead, it was smooth, flawless, like a polished mirror. Across its upper body, purplish-green plants clung tightly, their vines coiled and pulsed. Each movement caused the body beneath to shrink slightly, only to recover immediately after. This endless cycle was the source of the white fog. Wang Lin's gaze sharpened further. Then he saw it, on the forehead of the giant. A faint image, an axe, flickering weakly. In that instant, everything became clear. This being was the founding ancestor of the giant demon clan, the one who had once led his people here, the one who had charged alone into the army of the forsaken immortal clan, wielding that very axe and slain 3 9-leaf shamans. Wang Lin's understanding deepened. The ranking of the forsaken immortal clan, 7-leaf, 8-leaf, comparable to soul transformation cultivators, 9-leaf. Equal to early-stage ascendant cultivators, to kill 3 of them, not in isolation, but amidst the heart of enemy forces. That level of ferocity, that level of power, was almost beyond belief. "Save me." The voice came again, clearer than ever. Wang Lin did not respond. Instead, he studied the body closely. A powerful life force pulsed within it, immense, boundless. Yet, it was restrained, suppressed, held back by a mysterious formation that locked it in place. As for the purplish-green plants, their roots pierced deep into the flesh like countless sharp needles. They fed on that immense life force, draining it, transforming it into yin energy. Wang Lin had seen such things before, yet even now he felt a trace of shock. This body, though not equal to an ancient god, was still terrifyingly strong, far beyond his current 3-star ancient god body. It rivaled 5-star, perhaps even 6-star. His eyes lit up with interest. The founding ancestor of the giant demon clan truly possesses astonishing cultivation. "Save me, save me." The pleas grew more frantic. It had noticed him. Wang Lin descended, landing upon the giant's body. The moment his feet touched down, the plants reacted. A sizzling sound filled the air. The vines writhed violently. Their roots tore free from the flesh, bloody, sharp, and turned toward Wang Lin. At the same time, the giant's body trembled, as if racked with pain. Wang Lin's gaze turned cold. He waved his hand. Flames surged outward, not ordinary flames, but ones infused with celestial spiritual energy. The plants recoiled instantly, retreating in fear. Wang Lin did not pursue. He had no intention of destroying them. These plants were part of the seal. Destroying them recklessly might break that seal, and freeing this giant without control would only bring trouble. He had not come here to negotiate, nor to request blood. The moment the plants withdrew, Wang Lin moved. He slapped his storage bag. A celestial sword appeared in his grasp. Without hesitation, he swung it down. The blade struck, and a sharp metallic screech echoed. Sparks burst into the air. A powerful force surged from the giant's body, repelling the sword. It was pushed back 3 inches. Wang Lin's eyes narrowed. Surprise flickered within them. Those plants could pierce the flesh so easily, yet his sword could not. He turned his gaze toward the surrounding plants. Understanding dawned. Without wasting time, he retreated swiftly, sword in hand. The plants reacted instantly. Sizzling sounds filled the air. Then bolts of purple lightning erupted from within them. They shot toward Wang Lin. He swung his sword. The arc of the blade forced the plants to withdraw once more. In that moment, he reached out, grasped one of the plants, and tore it in half. Inspecting it closely, he saw a green liquid oozing from its severed tip. A foul, rotten stench filled the air. Wang Lin did not hesitate. He gathered several plants, then pressed them against the giant's body. A crackling sound erupted, like wood burning. Black gas rose instantly, and the plants easily pierced into the flesh. At that exact moment, a powerful force surged from within them. They broke free from Wang Lin's grip, vanishing back into the giant's body. Wang Lin's eyes gleamed. He turned to the remaining plants. A cold sneer formed. These tentacles are quite intriguing. He reached into his storage once more. This time, a jade bottle appeared, an item he had obtained by chance in the celestial realm. Unremarkable in appearance, yet capable of holding vast quantities of liquid. Holding it in one hand, Wang Lin placed his other hand upon a wound on the giant's body. He pressed down, with force. Blood began to flow. Drop by drop, it entered the jade bottle. "Save me." The voice rang out again, close. Right beside his ear. Wang Lin ignored it. Completely. He would not save someone he could not control. Not without reason. Once this being regained its power, Wang Lin would become irrelevant. Even promises of treasure held no allure. He had what he came for, and he sought no unnecessary entanglements. The blood flowed slowly, too slowly. Wang Lin's gaze shifted, toward the neck, toward the thick blood vessels beneath. There, the flow would be greater, but the chest was covered, dense, packed with those purplish-green plants. There was no place to stand, no opening. "Save me." A pause. Then a new promise. "I will give you the giant demon clan's supreme treasure." Before the word treasure had even fully settled in the air, Wang Lin's heart remained unmoved, as still as a frozen lake beneath winter skies. He had once slaughtered the ancestor of the giant demon clan. He had sealed their entire lineage with his own hands. If the being before him ever broke free and learned the truth, then the first name carved into its vengeance would be his. And Wang Lin was not yet a man who could walk unafraid beneath heaven. More importantly, this so-called treasure had not even been revealed. His gaze lowered, falling upon the grotesque growth spreading across the giant's chest. Those strange plants pulsed faintly, clinging like parasites to flesh that still held terrifying vitality. Without hesitation, Wang Lin raised his hand and struck his storage bag. A flag appeared, the restriction flag. It had long been set aside after he acquired the soul flag. Yet now, this moment demanded its return. With a sharp flick, the flag trembled. In an instant, streams of restriction gas burst forth, writhing through the air like countless serpents. Seal. One word. Calm. Cold. At that command, every strand of gas transformed, darkening into black, ghost-like seals that radiated an ominous glow. They surged forward, like specters in the night, like nets cast by death itself. One after another, they descended upon the giant's chest, binding the parasitic plants in layers upon layers of sealing force. At the same moment, Wang Lin moved. A flash. A blur. He tore off a branch from the plant. His movements were controlled, precise, almost gentle. He knew if he was careless, the value of these strange plants would be ruined. Until now, only 2 branches had been taken. This was the third. With the branch in hand, Wang Lin leapt upward and landed upon the giant's neck. The moment his palm touched that flesh, his pupils shrank. A terrifying vitality surged beneath his fingertips. It was like touching a mountain filled with boundless life. His eyes flickered. Without delay, he pressed the branch against the giant's neck, driving it inward to draw blood. "Save me." The voice came again, clearer, more desperate. "If you are willing to save me, I will serve you. I will become your servant, your mount. I will even offer you the giant demon clan's supreme treasure, the heaven-opening medal." "Mount?" Wang Lin's hand paused, just for a heartbeat. "Yes!" The voice grew urgent, almost eager. "I am willing. In the Cultivation Alliance, powerful cultivators take members of my clan as mounts. If you save me, I will serve you willingly." Silence lingered. A brief moment of thought passed through Wang Lin's mind. Then his eyes shone. The branch descended once more, pressed firmly into the giant's neck. A black circle spread across the skin as the branch pierced into a blood vessel and vanished within. Immediately, blood erupted, a violent spray. Wang Lin reacted instantly. The jade bottle appeared in his hand, pressed tightly against the wound. Not a single drop was wasted. Compared to before, the speed of collection now was terrifying. Blood poured into the bottle like a river unleashed. The giant's body began to tremble. That immense life force flowed along with the blood, gathering into the jade container. Why? Why won't you save me? The voice exploded into a furious roar. I have offered myself as your mount. What more do you want? Wang Lin remained calm, unshaken. As he continued collecting blood, he asked one simple question. Who are you? The reply came without hesitation. I am Lei Ji, the branch leader of the giant demon clan. Pride surged within that voice. Wang Lin's tone remained indifferent. Lei Ji, how did you come to be sealed here? There was a pause, then, because of the corpse sect, the answer came, laced with resentment. During the war against the Forsaken Immortal clan, I was hunted by 2 11-leaf shamans. I escaped, but barely. I was gravely wounded. The corpse sect seized that chance. They found a powerful cultivator from another world, captured me, and sealed me here while I was at my weakest. Wang Lin glanced at the jade bottle. His divine sense swept through it, the amount of blood inside, already vast. You save me, the voice continued urgently, and I will serve you. My clan does not easily bow, but once we do, we never betray our master. Wang Lin's eyes narrowed slightly. A mount? What use is a giant demon clan member as a mount? At that moment, the blood flow began to slow. The wound was healing. Without hesitation, Wang Lin pointed. The jade bottle floated upward into his grasp. His right hand descended, filled with celestial spiritual energy. It struck the wound once more. Boom! Blood exploded outward again, collected instantly. Have you heard of the star compass? Lei Ji said quickly. Our bodies are far superior. We are the finest vessels for traversing the stars. There are places cultivators cannot enter, but we can. That is why the great powers of the Cultivation Alliance pay immense prices to obtain one of us as a mount. Wang Lin frowned. Something was wrong. This voice sounded desperate. Yet the answers, too precise, too composed, too detailed. Not the words of one on the brink of death. It felt like a performance. First came the offer, servitude, treasure. Then came detailed explanations. All of it, buying time. Wang Lin's gaze sharpened. His palm pressed harder against the giant's neck. Celestial energy surged. Blood flowed even faster. And the heaven-opening metal, Lei Ji continued, urgency laced with temptation. If you save me, I will give it to you. A treasure beyond celestial artifacts. Wang Lin sneered faintly. What is this heaven-opening metal? It is the legacy of my clan's first ancestor. 99 pieces in total. Gather them all, and you can forge ancient god battle armor. Wear it, and you will wield the power of the legendary ancient gods. Save me, and I will reveal the location of one piece. The voice weakened as more blood was drained. Yet still, it spoke clearly, too clearly. Wang Lin's smile turned cold. Now, he was certain this creature was stalling, plotting something, and the longer he continued, the more it benefited the giant. Without hesitation, he stopped. In one swift motion, Wang Lin grabbed the jade bottle and leapt away from the giant's body. At the same time, he waved his sleeve. All the restrictions sealing the plants returned to the flag, freed. The plants stirred. They writhed. Several of them slithered toward the wound on the giant's neck, and burrowed inside. You save me, the voice roared again. If you save me, I can make every giant demon clan member on Suzaku recognize you as their master. Floating in the air, Wang Lin's eyes turned ice cold. I will not save you. His voice was calm, absolute. There is no benefit to me. I care nothing for your treasures, leaving you here so I may collect blood whenever I wish. That is far more valuable. You need my blood, the voice shouted desperately. I also have bone marrow essence. Its energy surpasses my blood. I can give it to you. You don't even need to save me, just send word of me to my clan or to Suzaku's ruler. Wang Lin's eyes flickered. Then he laughed. Cold. Without another word, his body dissolved into green mist and vanished. Silence returned. Then the giant trembled violently. A roar erupted, shaking the very earth. Just half an incense stick more. If he had continued draining my blood, until only a fraction remained, it would have forced out the main root inside me. Then, my soul could have escaped this prison. Frustration burned within that roar. His eyes, which had long been shut, suddenly opened. Lightning-like brilliance flashed within them. Then, pain twisted his expression. The flesh along his spine began to ripple. Moments later, purple-blue thorns burst forth, row after row, jagged, terrifying. They tore through his back, glowing with an eerie violet light. From the crown of his spine, a massive purple plant emerged, half the size of his entire body. It spread outward, branch after branch, wrapping around him, enclosing him. Then a colossal purple flower bloomed. It pulsed, breathing, feeding. Slowly draining the life force from the giant's body, Leiji roared in anguish. Corpse sect. If I ever break free, I will not let this hatred fade. Elsewhere, within the corpse sect, Wang Lin reappeared. He raised a finger. A fragment of soul appeared before him, the one he had left behind earlier. Though divine sense was suppressed in that cave, soul fragments were not. As he touched it, his eyes lit up, a faint smile appeared. Then he vanished once more. When he emerged again, he stood upon the vast plains above the corpse sect. Suddenly, he turned north, his gaze sharpened. There, a massive wave of blue gas surged forward like a raging ocean. It rolled across the land like a tsunami. And within that tide, a boy in red walked forward. Step by step, he was beautiful, almost delicate, skin like polished jade, features flawless, yet within his eyes, a hidden flame burned, fierce, unyielding, not directed at Wang Lin, but part of his very nature. Each step he took, the heavens trembled, the earth quivered. Where the blue gas passed, grass turned azure, clouds glowed blue. The world itself seemed dyed in that color. Wang Lin, what do you think of this old man's new body?